morning. I'm Lee Hall, a member of Olivet's Archives Committee. We've selected to highlight Sister Brenda Johnson, our church administrative assistant, who is a retired military servicewoman. Sister Johnson has been a member of this church for the past 32 years. She is our women's ministry leader, teacher for Mary's Circle, and a team leader for a Bible study fellowship group in the city known as BSL. Sister Johnson is a song leader in the mass choir and serves on various committees with her technical skills. She also provides outreach with transportation, for doctor's appointments and errands, or to many sick and shut-in. Now, Sister Johnson will tell us who or what inspired her to enlist in the Air Force.
First of all, Ms. Hall, thank you for this opportunity to share a little bit about my life, and appreciate the committee selecting me to do this. I enlisted in the military because at the time that I graduated from high school in 1972, there didn't seem to be a lot of opportunities in the city where I live, Texas City, for jobs. And so in talking with a girlfriend of mine, and she had done a lot of research on, going into the Air Force, and she had told me that she, studied it and went up there and talked with them, and the benefits for education and whatnot were really good, and that it's something that maybe I might want to think about as well. And so, because my parents were, kind of lower middle class, there was no preparation money for college, and I thought, well, maybe this might be an opportunity to, get away from the house, see the world, and then have something for my education. So that's one of the main reasons why I decided to enlist.
Okay, Mr. Johnson, tell us something about your first 3 months and what it was like. Did you have any difficulties?
Well, once you enlist, there's some time period before you can actually go and serve, and you have to have training. And I had my basic training right down the road here at Lackland Air Force Base in San Antonio. So the first 3 months really was no different than being at home, because my mom was she was a disciplinarian. And so some of the things that they were asking us to do, like a certain way to make your bed, certain way to keep your belongings together and stuff like that, getting up early and whatnot, that was not a big problem for me, because I was used to my mom, getting us up and having us do things. So that wasn't so bad. Then after my 6 weeks of basic training, where they introduce you to the Air Force and what it's going to be like, I was able to go immediately to my first station, and that was in Denver, Colorado at the Air Reserve Personnel Center. And I'm telling you, it was only about 100 active duty military people there. Most of the people there were civilians. So whereas other airmen were able to go to another base to train further for a specific skill, because I knew how to type and had some experience a little bit with typing and organization and whatnot, stuff like that, office organization. I was able to go directly to that base and get to ARPC, Air Reserve Personnel Center, and get my training at the what they call on-the-job training.
Okay. Was that your first time away from home?
It was my first time away from home. It was bittersweet. bitter in the fact that my mom them took me to the airport there in Houston, and so it's a little bit of tears and stuff and then a little bit of tears on the airplane, and then getting out there and getting settled, and realizing that I was on my own.
What about the temperature? I was very different.
At the time that I went out there, it was in September of 1970, 70 something. I can't remember. I think it was 73. Okay, so when I get out there in September, it's a little bit chilly, cold, and so you have to have big coat, boots, all of that. So that was an adjustment. So. That was an adjustment, but I was able to hang in there and not get too homesick and make it through that first couple of months.
When did you decide to make the Air Force a career?
Well, after I had been in the service, starting back at my first duty station at the Air Reserve Personnel Center is where I later met my first husband, and
Was that in Colorado?
that was in Colorado, and we married, and the Lord blessed us to have 2 children, and that was my first maybe 4 years of service. Then then we had got an assignment to go to England.
The two of you?
Together, we were able to go together, but and I was able to re-up, or what they call re-enlist. And at the time that I could re-enlist, you could get a bonus. You get a certain percentage of what your salary was going to be, so you would get a bonus. So that was motivation enough for me to do it again, because I would be able to serve 4 more years plus get a bonus. Monetary bonus for doing it.
Well, how did you manage your children?
Well, actually that just kind of came together. That was nothing but the Lord. And my mom said that a lot of times her and my dad would be praying for me while I was away, and so things just kind of fell into place. On the base, even though I was stationed off the base, Lowry Air Force Base was like the main base. But on the base, they would always have daycare and whatnot, things like that for your children. So they were kind of children friendly, at that time. A lot of the a lot of women were coming into the Air Force. A lot of them were marrying and having children, and so they had to accommodate that. And so they were very agreeable and helpful in helping us with our children. And then when the kids were really little, there were always somebody on, station, wife, whatever, that was able to take care of children, have their own home daycare that I could take the girls to.
Tell us about your experiences in promotion. Did you have difficulty? Did you get promoted real fast?
Well, the first 3 ranks are automatic. It's just, doing what you're supposed to do and having the longevity in the service to get them. After that, you have to test. And so I was able to test for mine, and I was able to achieve the rank that I retired at was E7 within 20 years. And that was pretty good for a woman. And some of the places that, after I left Lowry, I got an opportunity to be stationed overseas at Upper Hayford, Royal Air Force, Upper Hayford, England. And that was really an experience. And from there, I was able to kind of go over to Germany, go to Paris, see what that was like. So that was a great experience. But there's no place like the USA. When I came back, I wanted to be like the Pope and just bow down and kiss the ground, because there's nothing like being in America.
Yeah, you're right about that, and I experienced that also. Lastly, when you got out of the service, why did you join Olivet?
Well, I came to Olivet by way of my second husband.
Okay, all right.
He was, his uncle was friends with Pastor Wicks. They were great friends. And so my husband at the time recommended that we come over here. And when I came over here, I felt like I was just like back at my old church where I grew up. Just felt real comfortable here, and me and my girls, we've been here ever since.
Oh, thank you, Sister Johnson, for serving our country and sharing your experiences with us today.
Thank you.
You're welcome.